Okay, everybody has a seat. Good. What a great turnout today. Well, welcome everybody to the 2019 State of the City and Schools for the great city of Glendora. On behalf of the Glendora Chamber of Commerce, I welcome you. I'm the President and CEO. My name is Joe. And that kind of rhymes, huh? That's kind of cool. Okay. First up, we're going to start with a presentation from the best community college in Southern California, the United States, the world, the galaxy. Please welcome Dr. Geraldine Perry, the President and Superintendent and President of Citrus College.
Joe, you got that correct. We rehearsed it and it went over really well. Thank you so much. Well, I want to begin by thanking all of you for braving the rain and coming out today. It says a lot that you're all here. I also want to take the opportunity to thank Joe and the Chamber for setting up this event every year. It takes a lot of coordination, a lot of logistics, but it gives us the opportunity to come together and hear about all the good things happening in the city of Glendora. So join me in thanking the Chamber again. I am really pleased and really happy to be here today. Many of you know about the recent incident at Citrus College where we had a potential threat. We had a shooting, and it all worked out really well in the end. We had a great outcome with the suspect basically surrendering himself and having no incident, no harm, and everyone doing well. I want to take this opportunity. As my mother would say, you should count your blessings. She'd always say that to me when I was complaining about something. Count your blessings, count your blessings. Well, I have been counting my blessings, and among those blessings that I count are the City of Glendora PD for what they did. Chief Rosales. Without Glendora PD, well, we couldn't have done it. So thank you, Chief Rosales. I'll make you Dr. Rosales, whatever. You helped us. I want to thank the city as well for your support. And I want to also extend thanks to all the different law enforcement agencies that helped us out. It was a very well coordinated effort, and it really shows you what happens when people come together and collaborate and don't step on toes and work together in sync. I am really indebted to Glendora PD and to the city for the fine coordination and support. And I can't say it enough. Sitting there for so many hours in lockdown and basically thinking of what the outcome could have been, we all really should take the time more often to thank our loved ones and really appreciate life. I want to thank our board member, Dr. Rasmussen, who provides leadership for Citrus College. He recently served as the board president and did a great job. Thank you, Dr. Rasmussen, for serving and representing Glendora. I don't know if it was last year or 2 years ago when the chamber decided to have timekeepers, and they had Fawn come up and stand here and give people the evil eye if they were speaking too long. Was that 2 years ago? Or okay. So I don't want to get the evil eye. So I was trying to figure out what I should tell you today and basically be able to exit gracefully and not get the hook. So if I suddenly end my speech and say thank you and good afternoon, you know what happens. Somebody gave me the look. I want to begin with a quick snapshot of Citrus College just to bring you up to speed with Citrus College and where we are. And the recent snapshot I have is 2017-18. As of 2017-18, your community college, the best one in the galaxy, or all galaxies, had close to 20,000 students in attendance. We're growing. We're a mid-sized community college, but we keep growing. Like most community colleges across the nation, 54% of our students are female. In every graduation, I get to say that the majority of degrees are going to females. 1 year, the males will do it and top it, but right now, they haven't. Citrus is a traditional community college in terms of student age. Most of our students come to us directly from high school. 72% of our students are under the age of 25 years old. 22% are between the ages of 25 and 39. And don't worry, if you're over 40, you can still come to Citrus College. 8% of our student body is over 40 years old. Makes me feel comfortable. Right. In terms of ethnicity, 62% of our students are Hispanic, 16% are white, 10% are Asian, and 4% African American. I know you want to know what the top 5 majors are at Citrus College. Number 1, social science. Number 2, which you find at many community colleges and universities, business administration. 3rd major, biological, physical sciences, and math. And the next major is liberal arts, followed by psychology. Some students come to Citrus College for career technical education. The number 1 program in CTE is cosmetology, followed by licensed vocational nursing, child development, automotive tech, and emergency medical services. When our students come to Citrus College, we ask them what their educational goal is. And this is an interesting one for our college, and it tells you about Citrus College. 58% of the students coming to Citrus College indicate their goal is to transfer. So Citrus is a transfer institution. Most students are doing the first 2 years with the goal to transfer on. High percentage. 8% say they're seeking an associate degree or certificate, not transfer, and 5% are coming for career technical education. That's a little snapshot of Citrus College. I want to tell you some of the recent innovations and strategies that are happening at Citrus College to address the major issues of higher education. I thought I would start with what I consider to be a really critical issue in higher education, and it's one that we face across the nation, and it's access to higher education. Students not having access to higher education. In our area, what we basically find is many students who desire to go from high school to a UC, CSU, or a private directly. If you're trying to get into a UC and have a great academic record and have done community service and all that good stuff, your chances are very slim. 100,000 students applied to UC Berkeley, 15% got in. That's pretty low. Try UCLA, 119,000 applications last year, 16% got into UCLA. Some of the other UCs have a higher acceptance rate, but they're not that much better. UC San Diego accepted 36%, Irvine 36%, and UC Santa Barbara 32%. Many of our students go to the CSU system, and a top CSU for us is Cal Poly Pomona. The acceptance rate to a student trying to get into Cal Poly Pomona directly as a freshman from high school is 39%. If they want to go to CSU Fullerton, straight from high school, 44% are getting in. San Diego State University had 88,000 applications last year, and only 34% of the students got in. So we're looking at freshman students. People want to go to college as a freshman, a 4-year institution, straight from high school. So Citrus has come up with several strategies to address access. One that I think is a great one is dual enrollment. Our dual enrollment program, we have agreements with all of the high schools in the Citrus service area. Students can have high school classes or college classes at their high school, free of charge. The classes count for high school credit and college credit, and they also transfer. We have some students who are actually completing an associate degree while in high school, graduating high school, and having the first 2 years of college completed for free. So that's our dual enrollment program. We think it's a great solution to access. Another support service or program in terms of access is early decision. Open only to the high schools in the Citrus College footprint. Early decision is for high school seniors. We work with you. You make the decision in high school senior year to come to Citrus College. We work with you in terms of your application, financial aid, orientation, and we also give you priority registration. Any of you who have tried to enroll in a specific class that you wanted on a specific day and time with a specific instructor, know the value of priority enrollment, being able to enroll ahead of all the other students. So if high school students elect to come to Citrus College as an early decision, they get priority enrollment and all support services. Something else which we have, which I think is a phenomenal program, and I have a nephew in San Diego who's graduating this year from high school, and he was telling me he visited UCLA and that's where he wants to go. And my sister called me and said, you need to talk to James. And we had the talk. He was off for Thanksgiving week and he came to visit me, my poor nephew. I made appointments for him at Citrus College with the honors program, the transfer program. The UCLA rep was there also. He spent the day touring the college, and the main thing I wanted James to learn about was the honors program at Citrus College. Basically saying that if you come to Citrus College, do the honors program at Citrus for 2 years, we have guaranteed admission to UCLA. Guaranteed admission. Of course, he'd have to maintain a certain GPA and complete certain courses, but his chances of getting into UCLA from Citrus's honors program are much better than trying to get in as a high school senior right now. That is an option for students who want to go to the UC. We have agreements with 10 universities in the UC and CSU system and privates as well. If students come to our honors program, they're guaranteed admission to those UCs, CSUs, and privates. As well, since my nephew happens to be, an advanced student, has taken a lot of advanced courses, AP classes, dual enrollment, those classes count. So he'll have those completed already and may be able to graduate in 18 months. So that's an option, an access option. One of the biggest things Citrus College has done for access to higher education is the new associate degree for transfer. We call it the ADT. And every time they say it, I think of my security system at home. But it's the associate degree for transfer. What we did is we've been very proactive at Citrus, very proactive in the state, one of the first community colleges to align with the CSU and create associate degrees to transfer that align specifically to the curriculum at the CSU. What that means for a student is if you complete the ADT at Citrus College in your discipline and want to go to a UC, the UC will guarantee your admission, and they'll also guarantee you junior status and only 2 more years of college. Gone are the days when students go to a CSU or UC and have to take an extra year of classes because what they took at the community college was not the right class for their degree. So that's the ADT, Associate Degree for Transfer. We're a leader in the state. We were recently recognized as a champion for higher education because of the high number of students who got an ADT and went on to transfer. In fact, we're in the top 5 in the state for granting ADTs. We have a large percentage of students who have guaranteed transfer. So that's the first issue we have in higher education challenge, the access issue. The access for those students who want to get into a UC, a CSU, or a private. The community college has an alternative pathway for them. They can still graduate from UCLA, USC. I see it, what's this, peace signal? Peace sign? I guess not. He's giving me the evil eye. 2 years, right. They can graduate in 2 years at the 4-year institution. The next challenge that I want to mention is we have many students who are coming in to higher education underprepared. And many of you have heard of this. They take their English and math placement test and they place below collegiate level and have to take 2 years of classes in math and English before they reach a college level. At Citrus College, we've streamlined the English and math curriculum. We no longer have a single placement test for English and math. We rely on multiple measures of assessment. We take a look at your GPA, your high school courses, and the grades you got, and do placement based on multiple measures of assessment. We have a streamlined, accelerated curriculum in English and math. Students are getting through with English and math in their first year at Citrus College, and the success rates are very good. Next, in terms of challenges, the high cost of education. Those students who want to go into UCLA immediately from high school, well, the cost for room and board is $35,000 along with tuition, $35,000 a year. Go to a CSU, it's $26,000 a year. Go to Citrus College, your enrollment fees are $1,100 a year. Big difference. So they can really save on that one, spare the family long-term debt, themselves student debt, by enrolling in a community college for the first 2 years. We also did something to help with the cost of education. Citrus College now has a promise program where we guarantee the first 2 years of your education are paid by the college. Our foundation has supported this. We pay their enrollment fees, we give them a book loan program, and all other fees. So that's a great program. Come into the Promise program, open to all students, whether they're low income or middle income, they can get the Promise program and come in for 2 years. Those are the challenges facing us. Those are some of the strategies we've put in place. And I also want to mention to you that we've been doing very well in terms of outcomes. Citrus College is #1 in the United States for students graduating for a multidisciplinary program. We're also #2 in the United States in terms of Hispanic students graduating from Citrus College in specific programs. We were recently voted the local college's favorite community college, and that one means a great deal to us because it means our local area values the college. I want to take this opportunity to thank you for your support of Citrus College, for getting the good word out about Citrus College. We want students to come to Citrus College, we want to keep building the college, and we want them to be successful. And it really takes a team. We have dedicated faculty staff, a visionary board of trustees, but it also takes great students who are outstanding and community members that support us. So thank you for all of your support. And once again, I extend my thanks to the police department for what they did for us this week. Thank you all.
Thank you very much for that. A lot of great information. Citrus College, I went there. It's a great college. And we love, the chamber loves working with the college too. It's an honor to work with you. Okay, next up, we have the superintendent of the school district in the great city of Glendora, Glendora Unified, Dr. Rob Vors.
Thank you, Joe, and thanks for introducing our board. But we did have one that got missed, unfortunately, and you may remember Maura Murabito, who was our board president, and over the summer she and Jean had to move, and so we had to get a new board member. And a few months ago we appointed Elizabeth Reuter as a new board member, so please give Elizabeth Reuter a hand. Thank you, and I know Joe's switched up the order a little bit too. I used to follow Mike Hendricks, and it was kind of simple. I could say it's kind of the same as Mike Hendricks and Charter Oak, and then we'd move on. But so now I'll have to go through the whole thing, I suppose. And I want to cover a few things today, and of course I'll start with academics. But we have 7 California Distinguished Schools and a California Model Continuation High School. But you may know that California has kind of changed the school status report, and what they do now is they go to California Gold Ribbon schools. So Cullen, Stanton, Goddard, and Sandburg have all applied for California Gold Ribbon status, and all have been awarded that status. So we're proud of them. And our reputation continues to be very strong, not only in California, but throughout the nation. In fact, Glendora has some of the one of the top high schools in the nation. Among many local and state awards, GHS has been nationally ranked by Newsweek, U.S. News and World Report, and the Washington Post for over the last 9 years. Glendora is a college board district of distinction, which means they have a history of large number of students accessing the advanced placement program and doing very well. And now we offer the prestigious AP Capstone program, where students who take at least 7 AP courses and successfully complete the 2 capstone classes will obtain AP Capstone designation upon graduation. Also, for the past 9 years, we've been named to the AP a district honor roll by the College Board, and this is for expanding the opportunity to take AP courses while at the same time improving student performance on the advanced placement exam. Typically, less than 500 districts in the United States and Canada make this list, and less than 40 in California, over 1,000 districts in California. So I hope you've heard of Tartan University. Working with Paul Kanarick, the founder of Princeton Review, and now founder of CollegeWise, Glendora High School provides a system to students that is unique in the U.S. in public schools. This is only possible through the financing and backing and support of the Glendora Education Foundation. And parents are supported also. Off-site, college counseling with GHS counselors on Saturdays and Wednesday evenings at the Tartan University office on Glendora Avenue, right behind Classic Coffee. I hope you've seen that there. And we also extended the Naviance program from GHS down to both Goddard and Sandburg to the middle school, so students and their parents can begin planning for college and career opportunities. Through the support of the Glendora Education Foundation, we have extended our AVID program as well, which is already in the district grades 6 through 12, and now we've gone down to our elementary schools with AVID. We've also begun dual enrollment with Citrus College, as Dr. Perry mentioned, and have students who will be getting both high school credit and college credit for designated programs. There will eventually be the opportunity and potential for a student to graduate from high school with up to 60 units, just short of the AA degree. We also have a partnership with APU, University of La Verne, and Grand Canyon University to support students with thousands of dollars in scholarships and the waiver of the application fees. We also continue to increase our students' exposure to career technical education in our schools and offer pathways in architectural design, video production, graphic design, and robotics. And we've also just started a Cisco Academy for networking at Glendora High School. The Business for Education Honor Roll also continues to recognize Glendora schools with their California Business for Educational Excellence Award and recognize them among the best in the state. In athletics, we continue to excel in our 5th year in the Palomares League with Altaloma, Ayala, Bonita, Claremont, and Colony. After each season of sport, you may have seen in the papers GHS students holding a signing day where numerous athletes commit to continue their athletic and academic pursuits at universities throughout the United States. This year, towards the end of last year, our board directed that we should start a strategic plan for the district. We meet every 5 months with stakeholders to review and revise the plan, which include 5 goals: increasing the amount of and access to technology, improving our facilities, improving and creating internal and external communication, creating a safe school environment, and maintaining financial stability and sustainability. Periodic updates are provided at board meetings, and the plan is available at our district website, and I would encourage you to go to our site and take a look. We also have challenges, though, and one is funding. And because of the way the state distributes revenue, Glendora schools are in the bottom 30% compared to other school districts in California. We get less revenue than all of our neighbors, and that presents significant challenges for us. Local control funding formula is a distribution model, not an adequacy formula. In addition, the state has required school districts to increase contributions to the employee retirement system from 8.5% just a few years ago to over 20% by 2020. So nearly all new money that does come into the district is going to this increased requirement from the state. Through one of our partners, Thought Exchange, we survey our entire school community each year to determine what they appreciate and what concerns they have with the district. The results were not surprising and showed again that the top 3 things our community appreciates are its teachers, our communication with our families, and leadership. As far as concerns, there were 2 things that came forward more than any other item, 3 times more than any other item, and that was the need for improved facilities and improved and updated technology. Unfortunately, our state funding doesn't allow us to address facility needs with the funding we have, with the adequacy of the funding we have. Since 2012, over 500 districts, about half the school districts in California, have passed bonds to address facility needs, and in November we tried to do the same. And although we failed in our attempt to pass Measure GG, which would have provided $98 million for about $200 million worth of identified needs, we continue to work on the issues that we can with the community members at hand. We have portable classrooms still in the district that had 15-year warranties and now are 25 years old. They're difficult to repair. We can't hold home track meets and our varsity teams practice and play contests at other locations because our track and fields are substandard. We have older technology and inferior Wi-Fi capabilities to the point where it goes down if too many students try to access it. Our award-winning band, orchestra, and choirs don't have rooms that are large enough to accommodate the whole group, meaning they usually divide off into sectionals or try to adjust to available free space. Our library and science classrooms are in desperate need of repair and upgrading, and we have safety issues that require investment in facilities and technology. So since 2017, we've been reviewing the bond details, meeting with community members, getting feedback from the community as to why they did or why they didn't support that. After thorough review and analysis, the board will have another tough decision to make, and that's whether to go out for more support in 2020. Finally, we have a fantastic working partnership with the City of Glendora, with all the departments in the city, with the City Council, and with the City Manager. I'm going to do even better than that. The spirit of volunteerism is alive and well in Glendora, and with our PTA, our foundation, and our service clubs, we're at our best with the volunteers. Our success is a direct reflection of that teamwork and the support in the community. Thank you for allowing me to share briefly about our schools and for being an essential part of our success.
We're going to get started again with our next speaker. Next up, I'd like to introduce the Superintendent of the Charter Oak Unified School District, Dr. Mike Hendricks.
Goodness, there must have been tall people up here before me. Good afternoon. It's my great pleasure to serve as the superintendent in Charter Oak. And again, it's a great pleasure to be able to share some things about our school district today. Joe introduced our board members, Mrs. Bach and Mr. Akers, but we also have our Assistant Superintendent of HR, Meg Abramson, and our principal at Sunflower Campus, Lisa Ragosa, here today. So thank you for being here. As I've done in the past, I'd like to share some current and future programs that we offer, along with some accomplishments that we've had since last year's address. Since one of our district major goals involves community or college and career readiness, I'll start with adult education in our career pathways, as I did last year. 2 years ago, we created our own adult education school with the slogan, Fuel Your Passion. Funded by $1.6 million in annual state funding, we have expanded our course offerings using our newly renovated Palmview campus. We offer 4 seasonal sessions with 8 technology-related and 1 carpenter trades certification courses. We also offer free academic courses, adult basic education, career readiness, citizenship preparation, English as a second language with multiple levels, and high school equivalency preparation. We also have community-based, tuition-based classes with cabinet making and woodworking, ceramics, Spanish, family scholars academies, and weaving. And then finally, we offer fitness courses in case you're interested, and they include yoga and Zumba. And you can find all those course offerings on our district website, and our spring session begins in March. We're up to over 500 students in our program. And we can, on our ongoing college and career readiness expansions at our high school, we have 4 NAF certified, or National Academy Foundation certified pathways at our high school. And NAF, or the National Academy Foundation, is a national network of educators, businesses, and community leaders who work together to serve high school students in preparation of college and career. Our pathways are partially supported by a California Career Tech Ed grant that we've been receiving, and over the last 3 years we've received about $1.6 million to help support those pathways. Our pathways include software and system development, engineering technology, and biotechnology, along with business management. And we continue to expand our prerequisite courses for those pathways at our middle school and elementary schools. And some of our courses at our middle school levels include design and modeling, automation and robotics, flight and space, medical detectives, and computer science for innovators. Next year, we're going to add computer application creators. At our elementary schools, we have about 24 different interdisciplinary modulars in the areas of computer science, engineering, and biomedical science, and so those pathways run K through 12. At this time, I'd like to just share some highlights that have occurred in Charter Oak since last year's event. For academic achievement, using the statewide testing program, we achieved the California dashboard status of green in both English language arts and mathematics. California has a 5-color performance bands, with green and blue being the highest performance. We continue to maintain a district-wide graduation rate of 97.2, and at Charter Oak High School it's 99.5. In our International Baccalaureate program, last spring, 16 students earned a full IB diploma and 31 were diploma candidates. Many of those students started at the University of California system this fall as sophomores, providing a nice financial savings for those students and their families. In the Golden State Merit Diploma Program, 109 high school seniors earned that last spring, and the state average for high schools is 50. In our high school graduation survey from our last graduating class, it showed that 88% of our seniors intended to go to college, 8% vocational and technical training, and 4% to the military. And I think this year's class, the percentage of the military is going up substantially. Our daily attendance rate for students is over 97%, and the statewide average is 87%. We have a K-12 independent study Oak Knoll Virtual Academy, and this year we added a middle school component where Virtual Academy students can attend school all 5 days a week in the morning to get specialized services in academic areas. For our regional occupation vocational program courses, we currently have about 550 students that are enrolled in 30 sections of ROP and through a whole variety of different vocations. We also have pathways for those ROP programs, and they include sports medicine, culinary arts, fire science, and graphic arts. In the area of technology, this year we will achieve our goal of one-to-one computer devices at all our schools for all our students. The devices are used for Google Docs, multiple software applications, and assessments. And our Board of Education just recently revised their facility master plan to include the $1 million from our general obligation bond for the area of technology. For our middle school, there's county and statewide History Day and Science and Engineering fairs. And once again this year we sent students to both the local level and they have moved on to the state level. We also provide AVID program. Rob mentioned that for Glendora, and that's been a great program, K through 12, to help students learn essential strategies in writing, inquiry, reading, and collaboration to make sure that we have a strong focus that those students will make it to college. Fun fact, at one of our elementary schools, Washington, those students last year read 270 million words, and yes, we keep track of that. And only Laverne Heights Elementary School in the local area exceeded that, and I think we're going to beat that this year. So their schools do record that kind of information. For dramatic arts, Charter Oak is known for its dramatic arts programs at the middle and high school levels. Last year, Charter Oak High School had successful runs of Bye Bye Birdie and Neil Simon's Rumors. And out of 65 schools they compete with in the Shakespeare Festival, Charter Oak finished 5th, and they were in the finals in all 12 events. And our 9th grade junior varsity drama team has been invited to perform at the state capitol in March. And our middle school dramatic arts program presented 4 musicals this year. That was rather ambitious. And they had 2 summer sessions in the fall and in spring. And they've won a great number of national youth awards, and we're going to be hosting that awards program in June in our school district. Our choir program at Charter Oak has always been strong, as you know. And this past year, the 5 choirs at Charter Oak High School and Royal Oak Middle School performed in many places: Disney Community Arts Showcase, Six Flags Magic Mountain, festivals at Great America in Santa Clara and Knott's Berry Farm. And the advanced choir is participating once again in the Los Angeles Master Chorale at Disney Concert Hall, and I know Glendora does that too. And this will be for the 5th year in a row, and they are also traveling to Carnegie Hall this March to perform in the World Strides Festival. Our band, not huge, but very mighty, has placed first in many performances this fall in their competitions, and they just received a silver medalist this fall in the championships for the fall field shows. Our sports programs also always do very well. 17 sports teams this past year competed in CIF playoffs since we last met. And cheerleading is actually a competitive sport now with CIF. And just past Saturday, our competitive cheer won CIF. And since last spring, Charter Oak High School has had 105 academic all-league scholar athletes, 85 athletic all-league athletes, 2 league MVPs, 6 San Gabriel Valley Tribune all-area team athletes, 12 all CIF, and 1 athletic director CIF champion of character. And then we had 12 students that made it into Division 1 through 3 colleges for athletics. Our holiday parade this year on December 7th, we had our 3rd annual holiday parade and family fun festival. And I wanted to thank the people here in the room today who participated or were a sponsor in that parade. We also participated in the parades in Covina and Glendora, and our float actually took 3rd place in Covina. I thought that was a pretty big deal. Mount Sac is our community college for our school district, and we continue to have articulated programs with our career pathways, and they also have articulation programs in our summer school programs. And I think I'm getting a signal here, so let me just also say that Citrus College, though not our community college, provide priority spots for our students at Charter Oak, and we appreciate that. Just the last 2 quick things as far as appreciation. Our Charter Oak Ed Foundation provides many events for our school district all year long, and they provide funding for our technology, performing arts, and robotics. Just the last thing I want to make a quick comment on, and that's our general obligation bond from 2012, our $47 million bond. We are in the 4th and final phase of that bond. In this past year, we've painted 4 of our schools with 1 more to go. We are currently adding new classrooms at Willow Elementary School and 3,800 square foot learning resource centers with solar energy panels at each of our elementary schools. We're also installing irrigation system at our Glendora Sunflower Campus and at Charter Oak High School, installing new dugouts, batting cages, and scoreboards for our sporting fields. For energy efficient projects, a couple of years ago, we replaced all our exterior lighting with energy efficient LED lighting, and now we're doing the same with all our interior lighting, and that'll be a great savings for us. So in closing, I'd like to thank the Chamber of Commerce for hosting the event and giving us the opportunity to share about our district. Also the Glendora City Council, Glendora PD, the public libraries, Citrus College, and all the service clubs and local businesses. You have all been great supports for our school district, and we greatly appreciate that. Thank you.
Share this. Okay. Here, I gotta fix these real quick. Good? Okay. Okay, next up, we have our mayor of the great city of Glendora, Mr. Mendel Thompson.
Well, thanks a lot, Joe. It's an honor to be here. And whoever is praying for this rain, I'd like to meet you because I got some things that I'd like you to pray for within my own life. The lotto and, all that kind of stuff. But isn't this great? I mean, Mrs. Nelson just doesn't know what to do with all this rain. And so, yeah, it's good. Well, thank you for taking your time to be here. It's an honor to be able to share with you. This is a city that is filled with people just like you that love to serve, that love to engage, that love to speak into issues, whether they're good or tough. And what makes this city so fun is that you can look around and say, I knew your dad, I knew your grandfather, I know your son, I know your grandkids. I look at John Aguirre. This guy was born here and he will die here. And we love that, John, and the family that you have. And the daughter that we have has made her way back home, and they live here. Our grandsons live here. We're still working on our son to make sure that he sees the promised land, but he has not seen that yet. So we're still working on that. Those people that have spoken, I want to say thank you. You are a partner, and I want to honor you. And in doing that, I've chosen to take the easy way out and have a video. So Joe. So there you go. Thank you, Joe, and thank you to the city staff that helped me. It has been said that a city is not gauged by its length and width, but by the boldness of its vision and the height of its dreams. And I think that you just saw there that the city is a great place to live, work, and play. Vision is really important, and we have huge dreams. Let me talk a little bit about accomplishments that we have had this past year. And I will not go into all of them, but you can go to our city website, and we have more than 70 that are named there. But let me just talk about some. This has been a busy year. We've hired a city attorney. Bill, would you wave your hand? And he's new on board, and we just think he's doing a great job. We've hired a city manager. Adam, would you wave your hand? If you've not met him, he's an awesome guy, and he has dreams, and the city staff is embracing that. The council is too. This year, we were able to have a landmark, MOCA. This was our 30th year of being engaged with them, and we signed something that's really important that's going to continue that. This is the 7th year that we have the best downtown, and we are a friendly city. This is a year where we've opened the phase 1 of the urban trail right down there, and would encourage you to take advantage of that. This is a year where we have made sure that people without a home have a plan and have a place for us. We also have a wildlife plan, which is really an important thing. We've upgraded a lot of the ability to bid. There's a lot of jobs that are being done, and we've made a lot of excellent strides there. We are dialed in with all of the gold line. That is a really important thing, and so we are making strides there. Pompey Park, we love that place, but some of it's getting old, so we made sure that all of the slides and the swings are new. We've had an engagement, a renewed engagement with Joe and his board. Chamber is a great thing, and so we're happy that. We haven't had to buy water since June. And that is huge for us. And Dave, I don't think we're going to have to buy for a long time with all of this rain. And so we're thankful for that. Speaking of that, we all endured that horrendous fire, and then we endured those lovely rails. Those were really neat to drive around town and see, right? Well, we were able to get rid of all of those. And I think that's been good. The city website has more things, so go and read those. We also made sure, which we do. Okay, whoop, I got ahead of myself. That this is a city that listens to you. So since 11, we have had an outside firm call you and say, what are we doing well and what are we not doing well? So 11, 14, 16, and 18. And 18, we just got that back. And so you can see up here, at least I hope that you can, that 92% of those that were called said this was a great place to live. 91% said it's an excellent place to raise their kids. 85% said that they were happy with what the city was in fact doing. And so, and the other one there is 81% said that they trusted us. That's really an important thing. So we want to make sure that that is lived out. So most of the people said that as we grow, develop, that they want to make sure that we, A, keep our small town charm and focus on places to eat and places to shop. Now, my wife needs no other places to shop. I really don't agree with that one, but that's what the people said, so we're going to do that. When looking at where money is going to be spent, the people said that they wanted to make sure that streets and roads were fixed. And, amen to that. Make sure that parks are done well. and make sure that things are set up for all of us to engage in and do. And make sure that we are safe. Those were the key things that people talked on. I would encourage you to once again go to our city website, and you can see everything that is about that and what people said. And that is a very important thing. One of the things, though, that I want to talk about, as has been talked about, is even though this is a great place to live, work, and play, the challenges are really here. We want to make sure that the services that all of us have known and really experience and engage in are kept up. When we moved here 35 years ago, we moved here because of the schools, and it was safe, and there was a small town feel. And we want to keep those things, but in 35 years, things change. Banking has changed, and some of you know what I do. And so everybody can bank on this thing. The money can be moved, you can apply for loans, you can do everything that you want. That is pretty huge change. Well, in order for us to maintain things, we have to do that too. We have to make sure that our schools are strong, that we engage with them. And I appreciate what has been said. We need to make sure that our city is kept safe. And so we need to look for ways to, in fact, do that. Well, knowing that that is true, council looked at what our budget was. And the challenge is, frankly, that the budget is a tough thing. And just imagine that we're sitting around the kitchen table. And I think that all of you have probably done this at least once or twice in your life. And you go, wow, things are not as good as maybe we had hoped. Well, this year, a deficit. And as you can see on that chart, it's going to go up, not from 304,000, but to millions. And part of that is because of maintenance that has not been done. There's $75 million worth of maintenance around the city that has not been done and that we really need to catch up on. A lot of that is called state, now listen here, unfunded mandates. That means the state is saying you must do this, but you got to figure out how that's going to be paid for. And there's millions of dollars within that. You have probably all heard about the fact that there's a mandate to make sure that water is clean, and we believe in that. But the mandate has a price tag of $233 million just for our city. So it's because of those things that we are scratching our head and saying, wow, pensions are also going up. There's just a lot of additional cost. So the city council, by a 5-0 vote, in April of 2018, established a citizens ad hoc group. 40 people stepped up and said, I'd like to serve. The purpose of this group is to look at ways that we can cut and ways that income can go up. So 40 of our people said, I'd like to be a part of that. Well, we can't have that large of, that group. So we pared it down to 20. And I want you to know that they are working hard. So they, in April, we started that. In May, we completed that. And June the 7th was when they first met. And these are people that are just like you and I. Some of them, you would know. Many of them you wouldn't know. But there's a passion that they have to keep this city great and keep it as a great place to live, work, and play. Again, everything that they've seen is on our city website. If you want to see what they've seen, and if you want to know why they have done what I'm going to talk about, it's right there. Everything. And some of them are, here, and I won't take time to name them, but you know who you are, and I want to say thank you. Thank you from all of us for what you are doing. Now, is their work done? No. The report has not been done. They're going to come back to us and say, here's things that we think that you can cut, and here's ways that maybe we can create some additional cash. But they are working hard. We're also looking at our pension bonds. And with the interest rates the way they are, we think that we can maybe pare some of that cost down. We also are looking, and not looking, but we're going to be doing passports at City Hall. Yes, passports. So if you're looking to get one, if you have one and it's coming due in April of this year, you can go to City Hall and get everything done in one fell swoop. And so that is going to create some income for us. So even though the future seems far away, it is actually starting right now. And I hope that you will join the council and I to say, yes, we can shape it now, because it is now. So understanding that the ad hoc group is formed, they're starting to meet. They came back with a unanimous vote that we needed to look at a sales tax hike. Now, a politician doesn't like to say that, and I don't really think I'm a politician, but nevertheless, I'm in the role that I'm in, so I'm saying it. So by a 5-0 vote, the council on November the 27th said, yes, we feel like that is an important thing, and voted to allow us to vote on that on March 5th of this year. So let me talk a little bit about what Measure E is. There are 5 points. I don't know if you can see all of those 5 points, but let me quickly say what those are. So Measure E would enable us to raise the sales tax by 0.75%. The first year, we think that we will earn $3.75 million. The next year, we think that will go as high as 5.5. Let me be very clear about this. The sales tax that is raised will all stay in Glendora. That's a promise that you can count on. The council has said that. The city attorney has made sure that is true. All of the dollars raised will stay within 20 square miles and go to help make sure that the quality of life and safety and those things that you have talked about, roads, pensions, and everything like that, that we are able to make a dent in some of those things. Yes, the election is going to cost us somewhere between $360,000, but the election will be held on March 5th, and you can vote by mail or polling place. But we think that the investment for what is going to come from that, if it's passed, is well worth it. Second of all, we are a city that has been fiscally sound. We pride ourselves on making sure that that's done. And we want to make sure that the quality of life is maintained and enhanced here, and the safety is enhanced and maintained here. Thirdly, to indicate how fiscally responsible that we've been, the city during the past 4, 5, 6, 8 years reduced the overall workforce by 23%. So we're doing more with less, and I think that that's a very important thing. 4, do you know that over half of the sales tax is not paid by the people that live here? The survey showed that over 25% say that most of the money that they spend is spent here. Well, that leaves more than 70% that is paid by people that thankfully work here, but don't live here, shop here, do all of those things. So we want to make sure that it's a place that those people will continue to do it, but we want to be able to make sure that the sales tax that they spend is spent here. Lastly, and this is not a idle threat, it is simply fact. If we don't do this, others are going to do it. Now you're saying, Mendel, you're just saying, no, I'm really not. This is really true. The county has already said they're looking at doing this. The AQMD is looking at doing this. The state is looking at doing this. And if they do it, we will not get a dime of that extra sales tax. And it's going to be tougher to do what we want to do. So I would encourage you to go to our city website once again. Adam, I hope we have enough bandwidth because all these people are going to be going to our city website, and I hope it's up. But I would encourage you to look at this, and it's under Measure E, all right, for exceptional. We want an exceptional city. And so we would encourage you to go there, check it out. Make sure that your friends know truth, not just, stuff that flies around. But we would encourage you to find out truth and then go vote on March 5. The other thing that we do as a council is we have a plan. So every 6 months we are going to meet. We're going to happen to meet on a couple weeks from now, 30th. You're welcome to attend. We would love to hear from you. But that plan is something that's really important. So management meets, the council's there, all of the chairs of our boards and everything are there. And we're going to be working on a 3-year plan. This plan is going to be really important. And you say, oh, well, everybody says that. No, it's really going to be important this year because the goal line is going to be coming through here. And it's going to be a wonderful thing. It's going to be a phenomenal thing. But it's going to be a messy thing. And so we want to have plans to make sure that we really act well in terms of the management of all of that. The other thing is that districts have been formed. So for all of these years, the city has voted on the 5 of us. Well, that has been changed. Districts, there's 5 of those now. So in 2020, you will vote on districts, and that's a different style of governance. And so make sure that you know that. As I wrap up, I just want to say thanks to a lot of folks here. First, I want to say thanks to my wife. She has been a warrior to understand when I can't show up at family things. So, babe, thanks. Now, it's costing me a trip to, Maui. I told her, I said, honey, if you understand and, you're okay. So we are going to go there, but I want to publicly say thanks to you, the family that I have, for allowing me to, serve. Second of all, I want to say thanks to many of my team here and my board. I got a full-time job, and then I got this job, and it's a wonderful job, and they cover for me a lot. You don't have to say yes right now, but thank you for covering for me. And I want to say thank you to the peers that voted me in. I'd never run for anything in my entire life, and to be given the chance to serve and give back has been an amazing thing. And I want to say thank you to my peers, Karen, Michael, Judy. Gary's not here today. He's up walking the halls of Sacramento. I said, why are you doing that? Well, there's a lot of stuff going on there. But I want to say thank you to the four of you for entrusting me to be mayor, and I appreciate that. So thank you for allowing me to do that. I want to say thank you to our city staff. And in a minute, and I'm alerting you, I'm going to have you stand. So adjust your napkins and your chairs. But they never get the kind of thanks that I think the city staff earns. And without understanding them, I probably wouldn't have given them that until I took on the council role. And they really work hard. And I just really want to say thank you to them. I am a lucky man to be able to serve with them. I also want to say thank you, and as Dr. Perry said, Tuesday was not a good day, but the outcome was really good. So Chief, thank you to you and your amazing team for the wonderful job that you did. And I also want to say thank you to the Public Works folks that have been out there for over a week, slopping through mud, debris, trees, rain, cold, and just getting soaked to the bone. Those people are working very hard for all of us. And so would you join me as they stand and express your profound thanks for what they do? Staff, stand, please. Chief. Thank you to each one of you, because you form the fiber of what makes this city great. You invest your time, your money, your talent, and just the energy to make this town great. And I just want to say thank you. The interest that I have is learning from the past, but the future is really where I look to, because I'm going to be living there. And you know what? You are too, because the future is now. And I hope that you will join the council, the city staff, to make sure that the future is exceptionally bright. I think it is. Yes, the challenges are big, but we have a city that has faced big things and have come through in amazing ways. So I just want to say thank you once again for what you are, what you do, and may God bless you, and may God bless this amazing city. Thank you.
Again, thank you very much for the great information. Glendora is a great place to live, work, and play, like we say, and get educated. And on behalf of the Chamber, I'd like to thank everyone for coming today. Thank you again to our speakers. Please drive safe. It's not as rain as bad right now, but the roads are wet. So thank you, and have a wonderful rest of your day.